For those of you that said you did not get it, who again? So we heard from yesterday. I'm listening.
Sir?
Who are those people? I have a lot of you that said you did not get it.
Yes, sir, I didn't get it.
And you too? So let's start the class. So we are having some of you that say you did not get the question. So what I'll be doing today is to make sure that I bring the question to your remembrance and every other thing. So let's just quickly start. So we say, unto God be glory, honor and adoration. Almighty God and Father, we thank you for the little you're about to start. We pray, God Almighty, that the little will be more than enough. Inshallah, you crown all our effort to success. Okay, let's start. Just to remind you from where we stopped the last time, remember that what we did the last time is something in order to make us get to where we are going. And we were able to look at farmers' account. And I told you it's one of those topics that is always very common in the ICANN exam. So in case the examiner wants to let you know what and what that you need to understand. So I always tell students that farmers' account is one of those topics that is considered as a topic that the examiner can easily just play with. And students, I always say pay attention to it because it's a topic that is very simple. But what you just need to know is that it's a topic whereby a particular question can be asked in many ways. So can you all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me, please?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Oh. And for what we did, if you look at the last question we did, it's something that is very similar to everything that you'll be seeing in the exam. But the thing is just that a lot of you will be like, oh, I don't understand, I don't understand, I don't understand. But I want you to know that it's the same thing that we have done that we are looking at again. So what we are going to do right now is just for us to remind ourselves what we have did in the last class, and then we'll pick it up from there, and then we'll now move on and finish up what we have. In the last class, we were able to define what farmers account is all about. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
We look at the definition of farmers account. We look at it as this affects transactions, how companies look at it. We look at the statement of affairs and statement of profit or loss, statement of gross profit, gross output. And having considered this, we look at the for the which we considered. I hope you looked at that. We considered this in the last class. And why we considered this in the last class, we could see how this was asked in the exam. And that was something that we next, please. Who is having a question? Nobody. Okay, can I go on? So we consider all these transactions in the way they all happen in their entirety. So what I'm going to do now is to solve the question in which some of you have not been able to get the question done. So let's quickly go to question number 7, which was the assignment. Question number 7. I think we did number 6 last class. Yes or no? We done question number 7. We done question number 6. Yes or no? What are the questions that we have done? Okay, let's go to question number 7. In question number 7 is very fundamental, and it's a question that we can easily just look at and then we have. Question number 7, let's start with. The examiner says, explain 4 advantages of maintaining farmers' accounts. 4. Even if you don't know anything, it's something that you can easily get to write down. What are the 4 advantages of having farmers' accounts? Can you give me your own view? What are the 4 advantages of farmers' accounts? So we are solving question number 7. So the A part said we should talk about the advantages. So what are the advantages? Anybody? I'm listening. What are the advantages? Okay, if there is no explanation, I'll quickly help to. Number 1, when you talk about the advantage, you can say that the financial records provide information for judgment. So if you look at it, the first thing we can say is that the financial records provides information for judgment. Or you can talk about for judging. I think I've heard the word saying judging the ability of the farm. Are we there now? Farm business. Now, if you look at the first thing I've talked about here, in order for us to see farm business, so you can see provide information for judging the ability of the farm business. Farm business to do what? We talk about it to survive. Are you there? Survive and grow within their changing environment. Even the first one I've given to you, I can further divide it into 2. And if you are looking at it, if you are looking at the second one, you can also just talk about the advantage again is that it gives us information on the potential. Are we there now? The potentials of farm future earnings. So if you are looking at that, that is also another advantage. It's just like you thinking out of the box. There's nobody that will tell you these are what we have, but you think out of the box to see what we have. Why do you think organizations even prepare financial accounts also? Are you there now? You can also say to provide information on cash and liquidity position. Are you there now? 4. Apart from their liquidity position, are you there now? You can also say to provide profitability. Are we there now? Profitability of the farm business. There are more. Apart from profitability, what can you say business activity? You can also say to, are we there now? To also showcase. It can also be a means of letting us know, are we there now? To provide the needed information for expansion. So all these informations are what you can see that the farmer's account can provide. Now, that is that, which you can get 4 marks, and then you can also say to provide information on mitigating losses. So that if you want to get the loss of an organization, you want to get the farm production as they are going, and you want to make sure that the loss does not expand. So we have that. Now, why I'm drawing your attention to this is that a lot of students, you always pay attention to calculation, but the way the exam is going now, you have the examiner now drawing lines and making sure that you guys must be able to know what are the theories behind all these fundamentals. You must be able to know what are the theories behind all these fundamentals. And those are the things that you have. So you can even have, like the first one I've given to you now, for the business survival and growth, you can even divide it to say that to provide the needed information about the development. You can also talk about growth and all the rest. So that is that. Now, the B part of the question, the B part of the question, and that is the one I saw a lot of you made a lot of mistake. The B part of the question says, prepare the firm's statement of profits and loss for the year ended 31 December 2009. For the year ended 31 December 2009. So in that case, let's quickly prepare that record. The first thing I need to ask myself is, what is the name of the company? That is Buhari what? Farms. What were you required to do?
Sir, it's Money Farms.
Pardon?
It's Money Farms, not Buhari Farms.
Is it Money Farms?
Yes, sir.
Question, what did I ask you to do? Number 7.
Yes, question 7. Is that using the
Is
trade
that
name
money?
Money Farms? Yes, MANI.
Prepare the farm account for the year. Where did you see Money Farm?
At the beginning, question 7.
Mr. Buhari. Oh, thank you very much. So it means the person that owns the business is what? Buhari, but the name of the company is what? Money Farms. That is a good one. So we have money. So it simply means so I also almost fell for it, because that question, I think that was where it was an underline. A lot of students would have written Buhari, but the name of the company is what? Money Farms. And what were you required to do? So let's get the thing the examiner asked us to do. Statement of what? Statement of what were we asked to do, class? You can mute and then
Statement of
we'll
profit and loss.
Statement of what? Profit and loss account. Did they give us the year?
Yes, 31st December 2009.
2009.
So for the year ended 31/12/2001, 2009. Find that. So, and what I told you is that what is the currency that the examiner is using? Naira or pounds?
Naira.
So I have that written out now. I have my sales. After sales, you leave a space. After your sale, you now have what cost of what? Of sales. So in the cost of sales now, I now have my opening balance. Opening what, class? Opening balance. After my opening balance, I have what will be my what? Purchases. After purchases, you can have at the end of the day, you now have what called closing what? Balance. But please, I would like to draw your attention. This closing balance, I would like to use the word rather than just say balance. Use the real word. You say close opening what? Inventories. Then this one to closing what? Inventories. After that, we determine our gross profit. Don't forget. When we get our gross profit or whatever is it, maybe it's gross profit or loss, then we now have our operating expenses. So operating what? Expense. So let's now start. We'll go back to the question. What's the first item I have in the question? Is there any additional information?
Yes,
If you look at this question, there's no additional information. Is there any additional information? No. So that makes it a very simple question, but it tests a lot of fundamentals. Now let's go with the first thing that he did. They said Mr. Buhari started the business of farming after retirement in 2019 using the trade name Money Farms. The details are of our what? Farming business for the year ended 31 December 2019. We are not told sales. Now, I know a lot of you would have been thrown off the balance of that sales. When you are recording into your statement of profit or loss, the sales that will go into your statement of profit or loss will be the combination of both cash and what? Credit. Be the combination of both cash and what? And credit. So in that case, I'll quickly go. My sales for cash is how much?
25,000.
That will be 25,000. My sales for credit is how much?
75,000.
Giving me a total of how much for my sales?
100,000.
You will it. Not difficult. Is it difficult?
No.
No. So what is the next item that we have in that question? The next item that we have is our what? Discount what? Allowed. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So discount
Yes.
allowed is an expenses. So we just have that. We have it. Discount allowed. How much is the discount allowed, please?
4,000.
That's how much?
4,000.
4,000. Okay. What's the next information we have? The
Purchase.
next information we have now is purchase of seed and fertilizer. So it means that this seed and fertilizer, we ask ourselves, this is a farming business. Are you there now? And seed and fertilizer, they are direct expenses. So they are purchasing them. And in this case too, either seed, they are bought for cash or credit. Two of them will still be recorded in the cost of sales. So let's get it written down. So we now come here and tell ourselves, purchase. What are we purchasing? The two items we are purchasing is seeds and what?
Fertilizer.
Fertilizer. So let's get the total amount. How much is the cash? How much was paid in cash?
50,000.
50,000. How much was paid on credit?
20,000.
Huh?
20,000.
20.
20,000.
So that gives me a total of how much? 70,000.
70,000.
Thank you. Okay, next item. What is the next item that we have? The next item that we have. Now, the next item that we have, yes? Any question?
No, sir.
Ajala, any question?
No, sir.
Now, in this one, and like what I've told you, according to IAS 1, there are some items that should not be in the statement of profit or loss. So look at what we call the discount allowed. Drawings. Is drawing an item in the statement of profit or loss?
No.
No. So some of you made that mistake. And that was the same mistake that a lot of students made while they were solving, are you there now, for the ICANN exam. Receivable, is it an item in the statement of P&L?
No, sir.
No.
No. So that is also a payable. Is it an item in the P&L?
No, sir.
Not at all.
No. So that is that. Now we now have expenses. How much is the expenses that we are having?
25,000.
25,000. So we take that. We are not given any name, so we are going to describe it as expenses. We are describing it as expenses. So if it's described as expenses, what is the amount for the expenses in cash? I want you to give me what is the amount for the
25,000.
expenses in cash?
25,000.
25,000.
What is that the amount? So if you have that, I can have that expenses written out there. So I just have it expenses, that's 25,000. I don't know, maybe there's an adjustment, but we need to be very careful. So let's go to the next item. What is the next item that we have? We now have expenses outstanding. That takes you back to what you have done in your ATS2, ATS1. We are told expenses outstanding at the end of the year. That should be 2019, please. So, class, what do you have? What will it be? What do you do to your expenses if it's outstanding?
Add it.
You add it.
You had. A lot of you made that mistake, you did not add. So it means that if they are paid 25,000, they are having outstanding So the total expenses for the period is going to be how much? 35,000.
35,000.
5.
It's like saying you are rearing farm now, and you decide to go and buy feed, maybe for your hens and all the rest. And you are telling the man that you are buying feed that I need feed for 35,000. You have not paid 25,000. Does that mean that the amount of the feed that you have bought will reduce to 25?
No.
No, sir.
Gabriel, everyone? No. So that is the mistake that I saw in a lot of questions that you guys submitted. Now, have a look at, let's look at the other item. So now we have the closing stock. What is our closing stock? We have agricultural produce and then fertilizer. So it means we have two of those products. And what is the total of the two? So let's get that. That will now be our closing inventory. Pardon me.
35,000.
So that will go to our closing inventory. That is how much? 25,000 plus how much?
1,000 and 10,000. 10,000.
Plus 10,000. Okay, let's have that. So we have 25,000 plus 10,000. So give me a total of how much?
35,000.
35,000, which going to deduct. So any other question do we have? What is the next question that we have? The next item.
Land development expenses paid.
Now, land development expenses. It is not an income expenses. It is not an income expenses. Ajala, please be on the lookout. So if you have anybody that is coming in, so you can add them. So land development expenses is not an operating expenses. Are you getting that now? It's a capital expenses. So that amount should not go to your P&L. Is there anybody that have any question on that?
Yes.
Yes, I'm listening, Gabriel.
Why you said it's not going to be the capital expenses?
No, I said it's going to be a capital expense. You can see they call it land development. This is not land clearing. You know, that's why I want you to watch that grammar. And that's why I gave it to you. You know, in the last class, you also asked me that question about land. You know, if you want to cultivate the land, like you want to plant and you just clear it, it's even from you developing the land. Are you getting that now? It's like the difference between when you talk about house repair and house renovation. Are they the same thing?
No, sir.
So, and that's what I have. Please, for those of your colleagues that cannot join us, I've sent the YouTube live stream. So they can also get that on the live stream. So, okay, let's now go on. So that is why the land development expenses paid will not be included in the P&L. Any other question? Any other question? None? Okay, can I move on? Rent of tractor. Will rent of tractor be an operating expenses? Yes or no?
Sir, before no, sir.
Yes, Gabriel. Gabriel, I'm listening.
Sir, where are we going to make
Hello,
use of
Gabriel.
it?
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
That land development expenses paid will be part of your property, plant, and equipment, land and building, please. Are you there now? And the examiner did not ask us to prepare statement of financial position. So if you are not required to prepare an account, you disregard it. You can see when we are coming, but before we go to that point, you can see that not all the items that we have picked. For example, now, when we're here, did we make use of drawings? Gabriel, did we make use of drawings?
Yes, sir.
No. Why? Because drawing is not part of operating expenses. Are you there now? Did we also make use of receivables? No. Did we make use of payables? No. Did you get that?
No.
So that is why you also see that the item for land development will not be included, but the item of rent of tractor will be included. because rent for tractor is an operating expense. So can I add that?
Yes, sir.
So how much is our rent? I need your help.
15,000.
God bless you.
15,000.
Okay, Daniel, can see that you are live and direct. So now at this point, at this juncture, the other two items, would they be included, cash and capital?
No, sir.
No. So can we now get the final answer? In this question, if you look at it, there's nothing called opening inventory. And I purposely picked this question because I know a lot of you would think the question is wrong. Please, what I've told you, because what is going on now in Nigeria, the examiner too might give you a question related to that. Like today now, there was the professional did their own question, and I was happy that something related to what's going on in Nigeria is what they asked them. So for you too, you might be asked to prepare farmers account. So can we get the final answer? And you can see that this question is a 5-minute question, and you get your full 15 marks. So can I have that 70 minus 35? What's the answer, please?
35.
35. So what's the gross profit?
65,000.
Pardon?
65,000.
Okay. So my gross profit is how much? 65,000. What's now the total expenses that I have in order for me to determine my net profit?
54,000.
54,000. So what is the amount of my net profit?
11,000.
Will it come out in the exam? Yes, Oron.
Sir?
Yeah.
So you can see now that what I gave you is even very cheap. So why is it that I did not get anybody getting 10-10? So without wasting more time, do you have any other questions so I can solve question number 1?
Sir,
Yes, please. Blessing. Go on.
sir, yes, the rent of tractors, is it because we use it for the daily operation?
Yes, now because the rent is something that you pay, is an operating expenses. For example, now rent on tractor now is an operating expenses. Or repairs on tractor is an operating expenses. But let's assume that they said tractor acquisition of tractor. It should be in our P&L. You know, it becomes a capital expenditure. Are you there now?
Yes,
Or
sir.
we're told that tractor purchase of new tire for tractor, it becomes a capital expenditure.
Yes.
Any question? Is there any other question? No. Can I solve question 1 now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's go to question 1. So if you are there, I am there. So let's read question number 1. So who is it? Who has any question for me? Yesterday, any question?
No, sir.
Okay. Is Oluwafemi around? Abibat, where are you? Abibat is not online. Nika is not online. Okay, I think they will check it on YouTube. I'm seeing a new name here.
So I'm online.
But you're online. Okay, you are
Yes,
using
sir.
Daddy's lineup. There's a new person here, Oluwatosin Atideshon. Okay, don't worry. I think I know the person. Let's go on. Okay, who else? Everybody, can we go question number 1?
Yes, sir.
Question number 1, like what I've told you, the first thing you must do in any question is the ability to know what is the requirement. You are required. If I'm there, you are there. You are required to prepare the cattle trading account for the year ended 31 December 2007. That is what the examiner asked you to do. So here now, And I've told you that this is an old question. You will not see anybody asking you to do cattle trading account again. Rather, they will ask you to prepare the statement of profit or loss.
Yes.
So in that case, we are going to follow the new fundamental. This question was the question that have been done before the new and adoption of IFRS. So you are required to prepare this. So, and what you have here is just two additional information. There were 69 births of cattle during the year, out of which 3 were still births. And then the closing inventory of cattle was valued at how much? 9,000. Are we there? In the last class, I told you that there are some things that are unique with what? With farmers' accounts. And those things that are unique is that you get to see that there are situations that when you keep two animals together that are actually productive in their own prime, they are going to give back. When you get to professional class, you'll be seeing us underlining IS 41. That IS 41, I'm so happy, was one of the questions that they asked my ACCA student last Friday. So, and which is always my prayer that you guys all pass the exam. So what I want you to do now is for us to just look at what are the terms that we have. Now, what is the name of the owner of this business? So who is our reader? Let somebody read for us so I will prepare the account. Okay, who is reading?
Daniel.
Okay, Daniel, you have the floor.
Oba Ijekuje Farms, located at Ota, has the following balances in its cattle rearing department financial records for the year ended 31st December 2007.
Okay. Now, if you look at this one, it's different from the one we solved last time. And you can see that's why I'm solving a lot of questions on farmers' account. When you go to Facebook, you just see that they just look at one thing. You have seen a situation whereby you can just prepare the statement of gross output product account. You have seen a situation whereby you can just do a bit of statement of profit or loss with simple items like the one we have in Buhari farms, Buhari, that we have Mani farms. Now let's go to Oba Ijekuje farms. And in this case, the examiner asked us to prepare the work. And there was something that I saw that a lot of you did that is not too good for the exam. I've told you if you are writing and your solution is falling into another page, are you there now? You must do something. So I'm going to do that so that some of you can see what you have done wrong in what you did. So, okay, I will need you guys to give me all those information about Oba Ijekuje. Okay, so in this case, what is the name of the farm owner?
Oba Ijekuje.
Who says so? I'm not the one who is the question that says so. And where is he located?
Ota.
We don't need where it's located is none of our business. What we just need is that we write what's the name of the question? Oba Shekinio. Oba Ijekuje farms. So we have that. What were we required to do? Statement of profit or loss. It should be profit and loss. That is what the standard. Any question? Profit and what? Loss. For the year ended 31/12/2000 and what class?
7.
Now let's be very careful with this. We now need to be very careful and very, very careful with this. In this question, they told us numbers of cattle heads. So we are going to have the heads. Then we are going to have the Naira. I think we're having Naira. So we have that as Naira. So here will be our income side. So we are going to have our sales points here. And in this question, if you look at it very well, there are many forms of sales that the examiner has provided. So in the first sales, what do I have? I have the sales of what? Sales of what? Of cattle.
Cattle.
So how much is how many heads was sold?
190.
And how much was realized?
563,000.
Let's make it now. So we now have what called cattle what again? Cattle slaughtered. How much was the cattle that was slaughtered? How many heads?
60 heads.
60,
60 heads. How much did that fetch us?
240,000.
240,000.
Next, what do I have?
Sales
Sales
of
of what?
hides.
That one, you will see that there will not be head. What do we call hide? Those are the skin from the
Skin.
cattle and not the head. So it's from those ones that they kill that you are going to have the head. Okay, next, what do I have?
Sales of offal.
What is that? Those are what we call the Inu Eran and Co.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
what did you call it? Okay, can I move on?
36,000.
How much do I have? That's 36,000.
36,000.
Okay, where is Fortune? Is Fortune online? It's not. Okay,
No, sir.
so Fortune will watch on YouTube. So we now have sales of carcasses.
4 heads.
Our call carcasses. So how many carcasses? How many of the thing died?
4 heads.
And we have to 4. So how much is that?
1,700.
1,700.
Okay, so we have that already. Now that tells us we know the numbers of head. So we are going to stop here on that one. Now we now move to what constitutes the cost of sales. Cost of what class? Sales.
Sales.
So the cost of sales here, be very careful. If you look at it, there is inventory for the cattle, there's inventory for their food. Yes or no? I know when some of you got to that point, you were confused. There was inventory for the cattle. So what you are going to do is that opening inventory. Are you there? So I'm going to have what we call opening inventory. So sorry, I have to do something. I think my device is already telling me that I have to buy another one. That one has 700. So I have to manage this. Opening inventory. So the inventory here, we're talking about the one for cattle. How many heads do we have for cattle? There is
500.
open inventory. We have 500 heads.
Yes,
So
sir.
let's ask ourselves, do we have any cattle that were purchased during the year?
Yes, sir.
How many
Yes.
cattle were purchased during the year?
250.
250.
Where did you see? Okay, I was testing you. So you guys are there. So we have 250 heads. Now, is that all? No.
No, sir.
And this is where the examiner actually waited for you. Last week, I told you that there are sometimes that organizations will have cattle that will just come, but will not attach figure. The one that was opening inventory, how much was the amount? 420,000.
420,000.
How much was the amount that was purchased?
270,000.
207,000. Now, we now have some cattle that were given birth to. How many cattle were given birth to?
69.
60.
69.
69, but 3 died.
Wow, God bless you. We now have Tibet. 3 of them died. So how many cattle do we have alive?
66.
66.
60.
66.
Did we pay any money for them?
No.
Did we
No.
go to market to go and buy those cattle that were given birth to?
No.
No. So
Yes.
it means that there's no value attached to them.
Yes, sir.
Somebody just said, wow, now. How is it now? I told you that that's what you see. Like all those headmen, that when they go, you can have them start having calves. They didn't pay for those cows that were being given birth to. So at the end of the day, we are not going to have any closing inventories on cattle. Do we have any closing inventory on cattle?
Yes.
How much is it?
9,000.
9,000. So the closing inventory will deduct. But the question is that we don't know how many cattle do we have left. So we might need to calculate that. Now be very careful with what I want to do. I have to quickly take you to another page, not this one. We need to know working. So in our working, how many units of cattle? So we need the units of cattle unsold. Unit of cattle what? Unsold. So in that case, what do I need? I need the total units available. Total unit what? Available. So for me to get the total unit available, I need the opening inventory. How many cattle do we have at the beginning of the year?
500.
500. Good. Thank you. How many were purchased?
250.
250. How many were the ones that were given back to and that survived?
66.
66.
6.
We have 66. So how many cattle are we going to say that we have in stock?
816.
800 and what?
16.
816. So in that case, we now need to know how many cattle sold. Units sold equally died and everything. So let's quickly get ones there. Units. What is the question? Is it difficult?
No, sir.
Units sold. Also, some of them would have died that became carcasses and not the rest. So how many units was sold? Sales.
190.
190. How many were slaughtered?
60.
So we have slaughtered, have 60. How many became carcasses? Because we also have some of them that died.
Yes. 4.
How many? 4.
4.
So at the end of the day, what's the total?
254.
254. So if I now take 254 from what we have there, so how much are we still going to have in stock? As
562.
closing inventory. Pardon?
562.
So we have 516.
62.
So I cannot take that.
62.
500 and what?
62.
Class confirm. I think the class governor is already watching basketball. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Gabriel, are you sure? So let's now go there. So we now get there. So our closing entry is going to be 500 and what?
62.
So 62. So if you add what we have up there, I think what you have up there is 254. Yes or no? So here too would be
Yes, sir.
200 and what? 54. So it means you have accounted for the cattle in terms of their heads. Are you getting that now? And whatever is the amount, we'll push it down to this place, which is going to be our direct cost. You know, that is also a form of direct cost. And remember when I was teaching you earlier, I said that whatever is going to be our cost of sales is a form of direct cost. Do you agree? So this is the direct cost for what? For cattle. Any question, please? Is there any question?
No, sir.
So now this is now where I'm going. If my note is the one that is very long, I will continue under it. But a lot of you also made that mistake. If you are moving to another page, the examiner is not a winch. She might not know where you are coming from. If you are moving to another page, so this is what you have to do. Look at what I'm going to do. I'll quickly come up here. What's the name of the farm I'm preparing? Oba Jeff Farms. And what is the account that I'm preparing? Statement or what?
Of profit and loss.
Profit and shaking you.
Loss.
Profit and loss.
Okay. For the year ended 31/12/2000 and what? 7. Are you there now?
Yes, sir.
Now, by me doing this, it means I can continue from where I stop. And there's no need for you to put balance carry down at this point. You don't need to put any balance carry down or anything. So I just come up here. I will not talk about what I'm now moving on. I just say inventory of foodstuff. And what is the opening inventory?
8,000.
So what is the amount opening of full stop?
8,000.
How
8,000.
much?
8,000.
So blessing,
Excuse me, sir.
blessing, Abiba, you can now see where you guys made some errors. So when you are moving to another page, you have to make sure that you let the examiner know what is the question you are dealing with. Because if you just move to another page, you might just get it wrong. And don't forget, what we are looking at, you see the direct cost. So you cannot give me total. What will you call the total? If you decide to give me a value here, what will you call the total? You can't call it the total because we are still doing the direct cost. So where some of you were like, you can't get 2 gross profits in an account. It will only be 1 gross profit. And that is why you have to be very fundamental about what you are doing. So I haven't done that now. What's the next thing? Purchase of concentrates. Purchase of what class?
Concentrate.
Concentrate.
Concentrate. Concentrate is foodstuff, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
sir.
So is it direct or indirect?
Direct.
Direct.
Direct. So okay, let's go again. Cost of a transfer. Is it direct or indirect? So I think the challenge some of you have here is that you are all Lagos boys. You've not been to farm before. What do you call A?
That's in that they used to eat. It's dry grass.
That thing that they used to eat. Who are that thing?
It's dry grass.
Okay, you are correct. Dry grass. So some of you, because you did not know the term, so you are confused. And that was why last week I have to break the term for you. You know, they eat crops, they eat that. So we also have crops and pasture. Crop and what? Pasture. So what is the crops and pasture?
52,000.
52,000. Now let's be
52,000.
very careful now. Now, I haven't gotten to this point. They now told us labor. I told you when you get labor, you must be very careful. If the examiner has said casual labor, it will be described as direct cost. Yes or no?
Yes.
But if the examiner just mentioned labor, it will be described as general labor. And that's why even me, from my own view, I think the examiner too is unfair, but I still have to leave this there. Going forward, the examiner should be able to tell you if it's a casual labor or general labor. But you've seen after this paper, this question, what ICANN is not doing is not that they will not mention maybe it's general labor or what we call casual labor. If it's general labor, that becomes what? Operating expenses. But if it's casual labor, it becomes what?
Direct expense.
Direct
Direct
expense. So in
expense.
this case, if it's just labor, it's a general expenses. So what I need your help is, and I need the total amount. So let's now get what is our total amount. So let's get the total amount. I'm putting this at the other edge there.
96,000.
The value of this one is how much?
96,000.
Okay, what's the value of the second one? You'll be very careful. 420,000 plus 270,000 minus 9,000.
681,000.
6
81,000.
6 what?
681,000.
Okay, pardon me. Okay, I'm coming. 600. Oh yeah, you. Don't worry. Oh yeah, I will find solution to it now. 618. Abiamo.
81.
81.
Okay, sorry, I was testing you. So I have 681,000. So what is the total of all the sales? I'm waiting. Ajala, Gabriel, figure me, Abibat,
882,700.
882,700.
700.
700.
So we are going to now get the gross profit. 882,700 minus 681,000. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Then minus 96,000. What's our gross profit?
105,700.
Our
Sir,
gross
it's
profit.
99. Sir, it's 99.
Pardon?
I got 99.
What did you say? 99. Check. Hope you are not using a calculator for WAEC. You know, I told you those ones have expired. Okay, let's confirm. Blessing is raising an issue. Let's check our
It's
figures.
99. It's 99. It's 99. I thought it was
Blessing,
5,000.
I'm very sorry. If Blessing gave us the right answer, Blessing, I'm sorry.
You deserve chocolate.
Okay, don't worry, we will clap for. Okay, let's have the differences now. So let's go back so that we can get the right figure. So that is 882,700 minus 681,000. Then minus 99. Is that what we got? Minus 99?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
It's
sir.
102,700.
So what is now the answer?
102,700.
102,700.
700.
Correct. So after we've gotten that, we can now work on our operating expenses. So what do I have in our operating expenses? The first item I have labor. What is the value of labor? 19,000.
Yes, sir.
Grinding of feet. How much is the grinding of feet?
3,000.
Next, what do I have?
Repair of farm
Yeah.
4,000.
Now you can see this one now. This is repair of farm ranch. It's not that they are building it. Gabriel, did you get that now? Repair of ranch. You can see it's a normal PLIM. How much is that?
4,000.
Next, what do I have?
Depreciation of farmers and equipment.
So I have depreciation of what? Farms,
House and equipment.
house, and equipment. And how much is that?
3,500.
Next, what do I have?
Insurance of farmers
Insurance. So we now have the insurance. How much is the insurance?
1,500.
Then we have the other one, general expenses. So this is the general office expenses that is allotted to farm. Are you there now? Apportioned. So how much is that?
20,000.
Okay, so can we get the total? So at the end of the day, we can now know what is the value of our net profit or loss. I need your
51,000.
help. So what is the answer?
The expenses
Pardon?
is 51,000. Total expenses is 51,000.
So how much is now the amount of our net profit?
It's 1,000.
1,700.
1,000.
700.
So that is the end of the question. You can see we spend less minute on it. So what is the issue that you've been at? Why did I get 10/10 or 20/20?
That was that cattle
Hmm?
something. The seeds and the calculation of the sales and
Okay. The calculation of the
Sir, for
sales.
me,
Sir,
sir,
I
for me,
want to ask you a question.
debts and debts.
Okay, wait. You are going to ask your question one by one. Daniel, you can ask your question.
Sir, please. Under the expenses, the labor of
Daniel?
19,000, the labor of 19,000. I thought you said if it's not casual labor, we should not record it.
No. That labor Daniel, are you with me? If the label
Yes, sir.
says casual labor, if it says casual labor, we would have added that casual labor under our crops and pasture, because casual labor is also a direct expenses.
Okay, sir.
Are you there now? But the way we have treated it, we have treated it like we have treated like what we refer to as what we call general.
Labor.
Are we there? Labor. If you remember what we did in the last class, it was defined as casual labor. And casual labor is directly related to the organization. Any other question?
Not at all, sir.
Okay. Can we go to question number 2?
Sir, please, can you go to the workings, that
In
unit
this
of
question
cat?
number 2, if you look at it, the requirement is something that is very, very,
Wow.
okay, unit of cattle unsold. What we did was that we need to know how many cattle are in the farm. So you know the one that gave birth to and that they survive is 66. And these ones are the ones that were sold. Don't forget, they are the ones that were sold. Sold, slaughtered, and the ones that died. Because all those ones will not be in the farm again. So there's nothing we can do. They will not be in the farm. Any other question?
Sir. Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Blessing. I'm listening.
So the birds, they're not supposed to have any value for
Yes,
them. It's just
Blessing.
supposed to
Ask
be
your
there.
question.
Oh, I said the birth of cattle, the new birth of cattle, they are not supposed to like add
Yes,
anything
now.
like the
It's just going to be 0 because did you
value.
go to any farm? The best one that they gave back. Yes, there's no amount. Blessing, can you hear me very well?
Yes, sir.
Hello, Blessing.
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
Any question? Any question? Do I have any question?
No, sir.
Okay. So if you say there is no question, so what we need to do now is for us to be able to determine all those fundamentals. I'm having some issues. Okay, I think you can hear me very well. Internet. So I think we are back online. Any other question?
No, sir.
Who is that? Who is yawning?
Blessing.
Ah,
Okay, let's start. So where we stop, I think we'll miss some of you out too. Can I go on?
Yes, sir.
Can we go on?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if that be the case, I think our job is done on that question 1. So where do you want me to go now? Should we look at question number 2?
yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
question number 2. Here we come. What is the requirement for question number 2?
Trading profit and loss account.
So we are asked you, and I've told you that those were those old
Balance
sheets
sheet.
accounting, which now refer to as statement of profit or loss. Are you there? For
Yes,
the
sir.
period.
Yes,
But this
sir.
examiner is not only asking for trading profit or loss, it's also asking for statement of financial position.
Position.
So I want us to quickly solve this
Lower
question.
Nigeria Limited for the year ended
For the year
2006.
what?
For the year ended 2006.
So okay, in this question, I'm not going to do something for you. You guys will have to be the one to do it, and we are going to do it within 5 minutes. I want you to prepare the statement of gross output. Oh, yeah. No, I'll give it 10 minutes. According to my time, is 1912. So by 1922, I'll stop you. So you all have 10 minutes. Prepare the statement of gross output. The question is so large, but the examiner wants you to prepare. I want you to prepare the statement of gross output. And I'll help you. All the information you need for the statement of gross output is already in the additional information. So your time starts now. Yeah, Eber. Statement of gross output. So that we'll finish this topic. And maybe on Thursday, we'll start a new topic. We might start royalty.
So can you put the question on the screen?
I should put the question on display. Okay.
On the screen, sir.
Okay, I'm coming. Question number 2. It's a very long question, but I think this is where you guys actually need to prepare the statement of affairs. I'll help you out. Okay, you have it on the screen. Statement of gross output product. Give me answer. 8 minutes more. The bulb is, maybe the bulb has burnt now.
Go.
Now I'm on inverter, so I do know. Okay, class Alpha, what's our answer? Ejo.
Now I see we're coming.
Huh?
Now we're coming.
You are coming. Okay, you have 5 minutes more.
Ah,
Are you having any issue? Are you having any issue? Can we go on now?
No, not yet.
Okay, oh yeah. Sorry. My people are on fire.
So you're taking
You
us
guys
over
now
time.
have answer.
plus 1,008, 16,000, 7, 7, 6, 9, 20, 14 million,
How many minutes more?
100,000,
5.
10 minutes more.
680, 800,000,
22?
500,000, plus 680,000, plus 200,000, plus 100,000, 1, 7, 8. Fourteen, 6, 60, minus 780, 12, 80, sales.
Oh yeah. So
They
that
are
we can
coming.
finish. You are coming.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
3 million, 20, 1,000,
You have 2 minutes more. If you answer that in 2 minutes, simply means that you guys know. Okay, 2 minutes more. And that is the only thing we are going to look at in that question.
5, 6.
So can I start preparing my own slide?
We almost through, sir.
Okay. Yes, Abibat. Abibat is no more there. We are only left to Gabriel, Ajala, Yetunde.
3,100. 31,400,000 18 and 5,000. Shouldn't be recognized by myself. Gross profits. ATS. Subsidies. Should find
What is the answer?
venture.
Value.
I'm true.
Okay. Are you all true?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So today I might require you to share your answer, but I will not, so that we don't waste more time. So let me just solve. If you are there, me too, I am there. So in this case, let's quickly look at this question. The name of this question, I think, is Malu Lowo. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, oríṣiríṣi orúkọ ló wà. So we have it as Malu Lowo. Malu Lowo Farms. So the first thing I want us to look at, Malu Lowo Nigeria Limited, which normally in Nigerian law is not allowed. It just should be Nigerian. So statement of gross output product. So let's have it. How many products do we have in this question?
I have 4.
2. Crop and livestock.
So we have crop and what? Livestock. So in this case, I'm working in thousands.
Yes, sir.
So for me to work in that thousands, livestock, how many is, what are the 2 items of crops that we have?
Corn and yam.
Corn and yam.
We have corn and yam. And how many livestock?
Pig and goat.
2.
Pig
Pig and goat.
Pig and goat. Yeah? So we might also have to put our total. So can we get all those items? The first side here, you remember we have our income, which is the sales. After sales, what do I have?
Subsidies.
Subsidies.
After subsidy, what do I have?
On
On
consumption.
consumption.
So we have the 3. After that, we now get our cost of sales items.
Cost of sales.
What are the items that will be under cost of sales?
Opening inventory.
Purchases and closing inventory.
Opening what?
Inventory.
Purchases and closing inventory.
After opening inventory, what do I have?
Purchases.
After purchases, I now have my what?
Closing
Closing inventory.
Okay, so if that be the case, we now need all the figures. Don't forget we are working in thousands, and what you have in the additional formations are not expressed in thousands, so we have to bring them down. So opening inventory followed product. We have corn. How much is the opening inventory for corn?
3,000.
1,000.
So we are just going to have 1570. So it's already in thousand.
1,500.
How much is for yam?
Sorry.
1577.
1,550.
I know a lot of you would have made that mistake because it's already in thousands. So you cannot write the 330. If you have done that, it means that you have done billion. So yeah, let's see. 27. We now have what?
2,750.
Yeah, what is for goat?
1050.
So the
1,050
next
naira.
item we have purchases. What's our purchases? We have for pig. How much?
Pig,
5,000.
5,900.
Then we also have for goat. How much?
1,840.
1,840.
And there was no purchase for corn and yam. Yes or no?
Yes,
No.
sir.
Yes,
Own
sir.
consumption. We have for corn. What's our own consumption for corn?
80,000.
80.
Do we have any consumption for yam? No.
No.
Do we have for pig?
No.
150. No, we
Yes.
don't have to go.
150.
For pig?
Yes,
None
sir.
for goat.
None for
None for
goat.
goat.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
subsidy. What do we have for subsidy? Do we have for corn?
Yes, 200.
Yes, 200.
Do we have for yam?
400.
400.
Do we have for
Pig, no.
No.
pig?
No.
How much do we have for goat?
250.
250.
Now I have to quickly draw your attention to something, and that is why I know some of you must be very careful. Can you add all the amount that you have for that corn for me? Subsidy. Corn 200 plus 400 plus 250. What's the total?
850.
850.
850.
Yes, sir.
Now let's go to the trial balance. What is the amount of the subsidy in the trial balance?
1,130.
1,130.
So it means that one of the items was not included. And one of the items that is not included is that of pig. So what is now the amount for pig? So that would be 1,130 minus
Minus 850.
280.
how much?
280.
So can you
280.
see that now?
280.
Did you get what I've done?
Yes, sir.
But if you add others, you'll see that they are correct. Can you give me the total of opening inventory? According to what you have on the board, if you compare it, you will see that that is the amount that we have for opening inventory.
6920.
Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's go back to our question. Haven't done that. What's the next item? We have done subsidy. Sorry, we have done home consumption. We have done subsidy. What's our closing inventory for corn?
300.
300.
How much?
300.
300.
300. Next, what do I have?
For pig,
For yam.
150.
For yam, how much?
Nothing.
No, closing inventory. We have closing inventory for
Okay,
yam.
sorry.
How much?
680.
80.
680.
680. Do we have for pig?
Yes, 300.
300. Do we have for goat?
500.
500. Okay. What are the sales values? So let's take them one by one. What's the sales value for corn?
3,000.
What's the sales values for yam?
4,600.
What's the sales value for pig?
20,700.
What's the sales value for goat?
3,100.
Okay, so I think that said it all. Any other question? So there's no other information that we need here. Do we need any other information?
No.
Yes, I'm listening.
Sir, please. I don't
Daniel,
understand
any
how you
other
got the subsidy
information?
for the pig.
Okay, what we did was that if you look at the total subsidy that we have in the additional information, it was 840. Yes or no?
Yes,
But
sir.
the
Yes, sir.
balance information provided for us that the total amount of subsidy is 1,130,000. So it means the balance figure of subsidy is that amount that relate to peak.
Okay.
Okay, can I get all the total now? Total for corn.
Yes, sir. 3,280.
Total for yam.
5,000.
Sir, before we move on,
Yes, please.
yes, sir.
Gabriel.
If something like that, we have it on sales, other transaction, is that how we are going to do it?
Yes, it means that one of the figures are there now will be done. Now, be very careful. It's a general assumption, but in a good and standard exam, the examiner should guide you. You know, what we are saying now, let me quickly explain this again, since this is coming up, is that what you have in the additional information, they perform different. Your additional information is to give you more information. Are you there now? About how you have to treat transactions in the financial statement. Now, listen. Your additional information can be one, showing you more details about the transaction in the trial balance. Are you getting that?
Yes,
Two,
sir.
additional information might be telling you that this information that we're having here has not been adjusted for or treated in the trial balance. So are you there now? So it's trying to tell you that this information has not been treated in the what? In the trial balance. So when such information has not been treated in the trial balance, it means you are going to treat it twice. Do you get that now?
Yes, sir.
But what we are having here is that the trial balance is telling you that 1,130,000 is the amount that have been received for subsidy. But additional information did not give you all the amount. Because what you are having here is that this additional information is providing further details about what you have recorded in the trial balance. So the balancing figure that we have there is the one that represents the item that has not been written down. Any other question?
So, is it compulsory we write the total?
Yes, now because
No,
if you don't write, the account is not balanced because all what you are having in the trial balance is there. Okay, yeah, from the solution, it is right because that will fetch you some tickings. Did you get that now?
yes, sir. So, is it compulsory we write it
Okay.
after livestock? Or we can write it first before we start writing crop?
No. It's good to write it after livestock. Why are you writing total? Although I've seen some other people that also want to, but it's better to let it be at the extreme. It's actually for presentation purpose.
Yes, sir.
Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Any question now? Oh yeah, let's get the addition, please. For pig,
21,130.
130. Okay, for goat,
3,350.
3,350.
I guess you guys can also do all the total later. So can we get the cost of sales now?
Yes, sir.
1,570 minus 300.
1,270.
1,000.
270.
Okay, 1,150. 1,550 minus 680.
870.
870.
870.
Okay, for pig now, 2,750 plus 5,900 minus 300.
8,350.
8,350. For goat,
2,330.
2,390.
for goat,
2,390.
2,000.
390.
390.
Okay. Now, can we now get the amount here? And don't forget, we said in order for us to get that amount, it must be the difference between this and this value. Yeah, can I get the value?
2010 for
2 million.
For corn is 2,010. Next,
10,
Sir, I
4,000.
want
4,130.
4,130.
Yes, sir.
4,130. Next,
12,780.
80.
12,000.
780.
780.
Next,
90.
960.
9,
60.
960. Pardon me, I'm coming. I have to clean this very well.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Since we are closing, why we're using double lines, that means we're closing both the cost of sales and the sales line. And the Naira stroke 000 is not working for it again. I'm not supposed to add the zeros to the gross profit.
It's not called gross profit, it's gross output.
What's
And
output?
gross output.
Can you see?
So
Okay,
it's
we
done.
can do it like this. Okay.
So that is that. Any other question? Any other question?
No, sir.
So I haven't seen this. This makes all our other questions to be very simple. So I have helped you. Now, what I've done today is that question number 1, I've been able to show you how to prepare the account in order for you to know what is direct and indirect. And then question number 7 and all the rest, I've also been able to show you the transactions as how they relate to what we call statement of gross output. I think this one now is question number 2. So what I will now want you to do for me as assignment is now to prepare the statement of profit or loss and the statement of financial position.
Yes,
Any question for me?
Wait, sir, for Malulolo farms.
Then, so all what you need, I've done it for you. So I'll be expecting your assignment on or before 6 p.m. tomorrow, please. Send it to me on WhatsApp and then.
Sir, please, questions.
Pardon? Yes, question number 2 now.
Okay, sir, please.
We have done the statement.
Sir, those subsidies and all those other subsidies, are we going to add it to the
No, when we are not doing your solution, you are not going to have. Remember the format I gave you? Remember when we did that? I gave you a format that I told you that you are going to have a direct. You can see those things are now coming up. These are all what you have done last week. Remember this format? Do you all remember this format?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I think I've helped you. So I now want you to put it into question. And note, I've also taught you today that is not all the item in the P&L that will put, not all the item in the question that will go to P&L. Because there are some items that will go to P&L and there are some items that will go to statement of financial position. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Dele
Yes, sir.
Ayinde. Who is Dele Ayinde?
I think it's Ajinde. Is that Mr. Ajinde? I think.
Okay. Mr. Ajinde
Okay,
is all right.
it's you. I'm online. I'm enjoying the lectures.
My Oga, I remain loyal, sir.
Okay,
Sorry,
God bless.
sir. You have to recognize you, sir.
Thank you. God bless you, sir.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
trying to refresh my brain with the farmer's account.
Oga, you are welcome, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. God bless you.
Okay,
Yes,
sir. Thank you, sir.
yes.
Okay, class. So I think from what we have seen, you remember all these formats that we have done. So today we've been able to look at, to remind ourselves, question number 6. And like what I told you that for your exam, the examiner can be so cunning. So we'll see whereby we look at basic question. They will give you a full question and the examiner will only ask you to do a particular item. So we have also seen whereby you do a single item. So we don't malu lowo. So what you're going to do for me, and I'll be expecting my solution tomorrow, is the statement of profit or loss. Then what I will now do on Thursday, we'll complete the question on Malulowo, then we'll go to another topic. We might go to royalty account. So for those that are not online, I've sent the YouTube channel, I've sent the YouTube link to your group.
Sir.
So you can ask them to watch it on the YouTube. And I also see them. And one thing I also have to say is this: some of you that you are even in class, you don't submit assignment. Why those people that watch it on YouTube are the ones submitting? So I want you to submit your assignment so I can mark it, and then we'll continue with that on Thursday. So you can see that me teaching you online will give enough lecturers to teach you physically. Any other question?
Sir.
No, sir.
Yes, Daniel, what's the question?
The assignment you are giving us, is it the statement of profit and loss and statement of financial position also?
Yes, please.
Okay, sir.
Because you guys have been taught how to prepare statement of financial position and say, so I've even helped you. If I'm to do the statement of P&L, I can do it now, but I'm not going to do it. So I want you guys to carry out some tasks and let us see how it moves on. Any other question?
And sir, I want to ask that the additional information, that means everything there we're going to still treat it in the.
Yeah, but I
Okay.
want you to know that all the additional information the additional information 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I've done that. The only additional information you are going to do is the additional information number 7. I can help you. Should I give you a guide?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You don't
Okay, I
mind.
know you always be yes. For example, they said the following expenses shall be charged to farm account based on 2/3. That means rent and rates. Let's just quickly look at it. What is the amount of rent and rates? Let me go to the question so that we all enjoy it together.
900.
I told that the following expenses shall be charged to farm accounts based on 2/3 of rent and rates. The rent and rates will now go to the question. How much is rent and rates?
900.
900. So
Yes.
2/3 of it will go to your
600.
P&L account, because that is for the rent and rate for farm. It means
Yes,
the 1/3 of it was personally used by the farmer. And when a farmer is using money for himself, what do you call it?
Drawings.
Drawings. So if you look at the trial balance, I think we have drawings already in the trial balance, yes or no? There's a drawing in the
Yes,
trial
sir.
balance already. And the drawing in the trial balance that we have is having a balance of how much? 350. Yes or no?
3,005.
Sorry, so you are with me. 3,000 how much? 500.
500.
Okay, yeah, yes.
Are you getting that?
Yes, sir.
Then if you look at the whole question,
Is it for
there's
drawings?
nowhere in the question
Okay,
that
yes,
you have
yes.
own consumption. Do you have anywhere that you have own consumption in the trial balance?
No, sir.
No, sir.
So it simply means if you are going to prepare the amount, I'm only just helping you, guiding you, but because I will rub it off, it means that when I'm preparing this question, I have to focus on what we call drawings. My drawings at the beginning of the year, I have balance brought forward for my drawings, which was how much? 3,500.
Yes,
Then
sir.
I have home consumption because I have to treat it twice. What are the own consumption? Which are the 2 items that we have in own consumption? If I can remember, I think corn and what?
Corn and
And
pig.
pig. Corn and pig.
So how much was for corn? 80.
80.
How
80.
much was for pig?
150.
150.
So the examiner can only ask you, please give me the value of drawings. And in that case, you will now come and bring all the other value. We have rent and rate. Rent and rate. So 2/3 of the rent and rate. That is 2/3 of 900. Is that what you said is rent and rate?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So don't forget, 2/3 is for farm. So it means the remaining 1/3 will be
1/3.
consumed personally. So what is 1/3, please?
300.
300.
100.
God bless you. So let's go petrol. 1/3. How much is the amount of petrol in the question? I need your help.
Petrol.
You have
420.
it? Pardon?
420.
Petrol is
420.
420. I think we have it on the slide already.
Okay, yes,
140.
sir.
420.
1/3 is 140.
Okay. So, okay, what's now the next one? Electricity. So 1/3 of
100
how much
naira.
was the electricity?
100 naira.
How much
100.
was the electricity?
300.
300.
Okay. Sorry, pardon me. So how much do I have? I now have 100. So what's the next item that we have? Telephone.
Telephone. 40 naira.
1/3 of how much? Don't just give me that.
Of 120.
120.
So that will give me 40 naira. So at the end of the day, what is the total amount of my
Drawing.
balance carried down for my drawings? Oh yeah.
4,470.
4,000. Are you sure? Class confirm? Gabriel, don't give us poison.
It's Daniel.
4,310.
It's Daniel, sir. It's Daniel.
Okay, Daniel. I'm sorry. How much?
It's
4,000.
right, sir.
Is it right?
Oh.
But, sir,
I'm listening.
4,310.
4,310. Thank you. Daniel, please go and throw away that your calculator for WAEC and buy scientific now. So what is the answer?
4,310.
So that is it. Gabriel, do you have any question?
Sir.
Okay. So since you don't have any question, I think I've helped you enough. So I'm
So, sir,
expecting my solution on or before 6 p.m. tomorrow.
sir, this balance carried down, is it going to be in the statement of financial position?
Yes, that will now become our drawings. So
Okay,
it
okay.
means in this question I've helped you with everything. So the 2/3 will now be part of our general expenses.
Okay.
I don't want to solve this one. I don't want to be solving all the questions. You guys must be able to have something to solve. That's why we are going online.
Yes, sir.
Any other question?
No, sir.
No, sir.
So which simply means that when I'm going to solve now, I have done the adjustment that I need. Yes, please.
So all this information we use for gross output, are they going to appear in profit and loss again?
Yes.
Only the
But what is
total.
only going to appear in profit, in statement of profit or loss, will just be the gross output value. Remember the format I
Okay.
gave you? Remember
Yes,
that
sir.
format?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm looking for that format so that we all remember. So when we come there, you just see what we are only going to have here is just the gross output. And we'll just write it maybe for the cartoon. So you don't need to write all the storyline because we have done that. And you know what I told you is that I want us to start from the simplest to, so you can now see now that you might be required to only prepare a statement of gross output, or you might be required to prepare a full statement of profit or loss, and which would have prepared a statement of gross output. Any other question? Do you have any other question?
No, sir.
So if there's no other question, can we end the class for today?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Pardon?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
if you are ending the class, so we end the class by saying, unto God be
Unto
glory,
God be the glory.
honor, and adoration. Mighty God and Father, we thank you for the little that we have done. We pray,
Thank
God
you, Lord.
Almighty, that the little will be more than enough. So
Amen.
Allah, you
Amen.
cannot
Amen.
effort to success.
Amen.
Okay.
Mhm.
I'm very happy that we have also gotten to a successful class. So that means I'll be expecting your solution. I'll be expecting your answer. Are we there now? And every other thing that we are doing.